as long as you're...
Oh, whoops. Good photo there. Yo, so that is Zachariah again, another random interview. So the deal is pretty straightforward. You can be as vague as you like, be as honest as you like. You can go into as much or as little detail as you want. It's completely up to you.
Would you like me to look at the camera as well when I'm talking, or would I look at you?
Whatever. Look at them, look at the world, hello world, or look at me. Whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
So we'll kick off, and again, be as open or as vague as you want, and if you don't want to answer anything, skip it.
How receptive is that to sound as well?
The sound should be pretty good. I've had a fuck about with different mics, and what's in it has been the best so far,
Okay.
which is why there's no boom mic today. So there's two sections. We'll deal with the first one, and then if you want to answer the second section, we can, but if you don't, we can skip that. Okay? So, initials, age, and location, please.
Hello. My name is... I am 20, and I live in Hobart, Tasmania.
Cool. Righty go. How happy are you right now?
I think I'm pretty happy at the moment. My life is going well. There's nothing occurring that gives me any reason to be unhappy. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy. I've got a loving family and friends. And, yeah,
That's good.
doing this guiding course at the moment, which is really fun as well. So
Pretty content. You're good. Righty go. What was the best thing that happened to you last year?
last year, that's a hard one. Probably, this might sound a bit interesting, but probably meeting my partner, my girlfriend, Anna. That's probably the best thing that happened to me last year. Yeah.
That's up there. That's on the list of good shit, I would say. Definitely. What that happens to me this year. Okay, what are you most looking forward to this year?
This year I'm most looking forward to the guiding course I'm currently doing and continuing on with that. A few fun bushwalks and kayaking and things coming up, and I'm also looking forward to potentially, if it happens, getting a job with the ambulance service here in Tasmania.
Pretty positive things there. Okay, please describe yourself in a positive manner using just 3 words.
that's quite hard. Okay, I probably...
It's okay, it took me like 3 days to come up with things that weren't like critical.
Yeah, in a positive manner, okay.
Positive manner only.
I'd have to say enthusiastic, empathetic, and down to no, I can't say that. And relaxed.
Relaxed, so cool. So you could have just gone down to earth.
Yeah, I could have done that.
That'd be a cheat though, wouldn't be quite so descriptive.
Yeah.
Okay, right. What is your favourite attribute?
I think my in myself or in other people.
It's up to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Both.
I think.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think people who are really open-minded and really, I think down-to-earth people who are, aren't so serious. I think I quite like that.
Why so serious?
Yeah, I mean, I like people being serious about certain things in their life they have to be serious about, but I like people who can just take a step back and relax.
Cool.
I like that.
That's good. Righty go. Now I should actually know these by now because I've asked a few people, but I never can. Okay, if you could make a wish and gain one ability, what would it be?
These probably always sound selfish because you always want to make a wish like you could fly or be invisible or something like that.
Mine would be to fly, for sure.
Yeah.
Wicked. Like a bird, man.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I think off the bat I just have to say to fly. To be honest. I mean, I was going to say
pretty good.
Something else like.
I have those dreams where you're flying. It feels, to me, it feels so natural.
It's so good.
And then I wake up and it's not an ability I actually have. It's
No.
just a really realistic dream.
Well, I think if you could fly, you could use that to help lots of other people as well. If that makes sense.
You could.
You don't have to just fly
do it.
just for yourself. You can do it to help other people, and that's. I think if you have something you can do like a superpower, I think that's good to incorporate that into helping others.
So
as
would you
well.
wear your underpants on the outside if that's the case?
For sure. I don't really care how.
Tiny body.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. There we
Gotta have a
go.
suit.
Oh no, look, it's gone off. So see what happens when you have no memory? Things evaporate. Okay. What is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
Oh. That's a hard one. Yeah, I just love the environment. I think just the outside world. But if I had to say a certain actual thing, probably just the wilderness. I think just the most beautiful thing I've seen is just wilderness. No people. Just huge ecosystem. Just being in harmony with itself is probably most beautiful. Yeah, I think it's just gorgeous. Yeah.
I'd agree that it's one of the most amazing things, especially about where we are right now.
Mm.
Okay, what brings you the most joy in life?
There's a couple of things. Am I allowed to say only one?
No, whatever.
Okay, well, I think food. Food gives me a lot of joy. Food's really awesome. And just seeing people who I love in my life and just having a laugh with them, and if that's in like a context, like an outdoors sort of context in nature, then I think being with friends in nature, eating good food is the best thing. It gives me joy.
A combo.
Yeah.
Sounds good, man. See, I realised a while ago, like music was my main interest for a while.
Oh yeah, music as
a
well.
long time, right? And then I realised that I spent so much money on food, like cooking. And I realised it was actually a bigger thing in my life than music was. And I thought music was my big buck. And then I realised it wasn't. It was actually cooking that made me.
Yeah. I guess you can incorporate the two. Cooking while listening to music,
Oh, always. Yeah, there'd always be a CD channel.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you do tomorrow if money was no object?
Oh. Look, I'd probably. If money was no object, I'd probably. So you can just do anything you want, basically.
Nothing holding you back. No need to work.
Yeah.
Pay for things, or if you did, you'd
It's just for me or for everyone else?
Well, what's the question? What would you do tomorrow?
Look, I'd probably go places where people are less fortunate. I think, because I feel really sad about people whose life and conditions just it's not quite desirable. So I'd probably go somewhere and help out where I can. And if money was an object, then hopefully they'd be okay as well. But if they weren't, then I'd give a bit more time and effort probably, because it's expensive to get over those places.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was going to be selfish, I'd probably go somewhere like to another country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, right. That's sort of like the first section. There's one wrap-up question which I would ask at the end. I also think time is running away, so if you want,
That's okay.
you can stop now and do the second half later.
How long does the second half take?
Depends how long I did your answers are. About the same size. That's been just
Yeah,
10 minutes.
I'm happy to keep going.
Sure, but lunchtime?
Yeah, we should be done by 5 to 10.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel you're represented politically?
No, I don't. I mean, the way I live my life and the way I dress and the way I talk, I think that sort of gets my views across. That I am, someone who votes, for sort of really progressive parties. But I don't really tell people that. I guess I think I'm evident that with my lifestyle and the way I.
Well, you have now.
Yeah. Well, I have now, exactly.
If anybody ever watches it.
If anyone ever watches it, yeah. But not as much as I could be. I probably should have a bit more integrity about my political views. I think be a bit more, work a bit harder to sort of the way that I think everyone should live. That's a bit selfish, but I think everyone should live a bit more sustainable sort of life.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably should be more integral with my political views. And
well, maybe they've done my next
preach a
question.
little bit more, yeah.
Would you vote for an independent candidate if their views were more closely aligned with yours?
That's a hard one as well, because I think if you vote for an independent candidate, I guess they can have a bit of influence in that sort of region where they're going for, but the big scheme of things probably not as much of an influence.
Not as much weight.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, a country like Australia, I don't want, I'm not just thinking about my own place or living. I'm thinking about everyone else's place. So I'd probably vote for a party, like a party like the Greens, for example, rather than voting for an independent. But I'd certainly give the independent my vote after the party, such as the Greens, if I was voting for the Greens. So yeah.
Okay. Are you a member of any on or offline activism of global democracy groups such as Avaz, Some of Us, Get Up, Greenpeace, or whatever?
So I receive emails from Avaz and Greenpeace. I'm a subscriber, I guess.
You're one of the however many million Avaz have.
Yeah, so I don't actually do anything involved, but I get their emails and I read their emails and get a bit of insight to what is going on around the world with what they're trying to do. So I do that, but I don't actually do any activism work myself. So that's another thing about my integrity.
You're a member, so even just being a member of Avaz, that's one of that body.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Okay. What is your understanding of deficit and debt?
Deficit and debt. Okay, I'm assuming you're talking about the national deficit
or
debt.
Government, however you want to describe it.
Yeah. Okay. So my understanding isn't great. I know political parties talk about it, always saying, "Oh, we're still in this deficit and debt that the previous party left us in." I think it's a bit pessimistic talking about it all the time. I think people should be more optimistic and looking forward to the future rather than dwelling on old problems and using those as an excuse not to vote for someone. I think that's pathetic. I think if we did have a deficit in debt, that could come from a philosophy that to make money you've got to spend money. So I think if you're spending money and you have a bit of debt, as long as you're well ensured that debt is to make further money in the future to get out of that, then I think it's appropriate. But I think it's used as a way of deterring people from other parties, which I don't approve of. I think that's not going to push anything forward. That's just looking in the past.
Okay, which leads on to, here we go. With regards to the nation's finances, can you describe what is meant by the term economy?
Okay. I guess the economy is how much money a nation has, I guess, in that regard, and how strong the economy is determines how much money a country's going to make in the short and long term. I guess if you have a short-term economy plan, then you might make a lot of money in a short period, but then no money in the future. But if you have a long-term economy plan, you're going to be making a good amount of money for a longer period of time, which I think is a better way to go for a country. I think too much economy in terms of finance is based on short-term views rather than getting a long-term plan. I don't know if you agree, but I should. Yeah, I think economy. Yeah, I think economy. It's about how much money and financial security a country has almost. And I think that should be aimed, even though that wasn't the question, I think that should be aimed, I'm just getting my opinions out there.
No, that's all right.
I think that should be aimed at long-term.
Ideas, awareness, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I think it should be, yeah.
Okay. Righty-ho. What is your opinion of the relationship between industry and government?
I think governments should look after industries, I guess, in some regards, but I think governments should still treat industries as the same way as they do treat everyone else in terms of taxes and whatnot. I don't really know about the relationship that well, but I understand it's hard for some industries. I think if industries have less impact and are more sustainable, they should get more subsidising, whereas industries that are more destructive to the world and less sustainable should get less subsidising. That way, it's a good incentive for people to go to more sustainable industries, which will just help benefit the environment and the economy in the future.
What is your opinion of austerity as a method to reduce the deficit?
Austerity, could you, I'm not familiar with that word.
Austerity is basically all the cuts to public services.
So what do I think that's, okay, I think that's bad in essence. I think cutting public services isn't necessarily going to. I don't think that's the right way to rebuild a deficit.
But potentially cutting in investment in infrastructure or another thing, but then that maybe links to public services.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess there's some things they can make cuts on, that probably aren't as detrimental. But I think public services, people who work, for the health sector or whatever, or teachers or anything like that, that's public service, isn't it? Yeah.
Like they're cutting all the budgets for the schools at the moment, possibly withdrawing all the funding from public schools at the moment in Australia.
Yeah, I think
hospitals at risk and all the rest of it. Well, you can probably know more about that.
Well, I think that's another example of a short-term thing. I think a long-term solution is to make education awesome, make health awareness awesome, and make healthcare awesome as well. And by putting money into those areas, people will be more educated, more healthy, less money wasted on issues involved such as obesity and diabetes, which is costing the country millions and millions and millions, and same with ill-educated people who aren't actually working because they haven't got the right education. So I think that's not a good way to go, and that's what we're experiencing right now, which is very saddening.
No, it cuts to the scientific.
Yeah, it's very saddening. I feel like
going backwards.
I think we're going backwards ultimately. Yeah, especially separating. Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, if you could adopt one policy to make a fairer society, what would that be?
Oh, make a fairer society. Okay. Everyone gets free education from birth to completion of university or whatever other certificates someone does.
Okay.
Free education the whole way through.
And last question, which is the wrap up. If you were God...
Sorry, free education and free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
If I can combine that.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds really like Scotland.
Mm.
There you go. If you were God for one day, what one thing would you change? I thought that's something quite not good. Well, it's up to you.
Well, I want to end. I want to end corruption, and I want to end one thing.
One thing. Corruption is a good start.
Well, corruption's a big thing, I think, in the world.
I think that might fix a lot of problems. Certainly be on my list.
Well, I guess you could say I want to end things like poverty or disadvantage, but things like corruption could still undermine that and still override that.
Well, apparently 10 times more money is stolen out of Africa than we give them in aid through the corrupt, shadow banking industry exploitation.
Yeah, let's say corruption.
Okay, that's cool. There you go. That's it.
Yeah,
wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Another episode
cool.
5, maybe.
How was I?
Oh, you were beautiful.
So did I come across the right way?